Shalom, shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. I'm Captain Udon.
Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. I'm Captain Naam.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. Captain Barnabas.
Shalom, shalom. Israel. Also Karatazar.
Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. Officer Elijah.
All praise to the Most High Israel. We're going to go ahead and rise and face Jerusalem and send up these prayers.
Men of Israel, blow trumpets. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us another day closer to your kingdom, Lord. Ask you to open up our minds, give us that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to deliver the message to your people, Lord. Ask you to give us righteous judgments, Lord. Show us your statutes. Show us what we need to deliver our kingdom, deliver your kingdom, Lord. As you continue to watch over us and bless us, deliver the house of Israel from our enemies, Lord, and continue to watch over us in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. Real quick, quick shout out. We got the mighty Captain Barnabas with us.
That's right.
This
All praise.
Right.
Sunday. And we know he gonna drop some precepts.
That's
He's
right.
dropping a lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So that means that this gonna be like a Patient Saint sequel class today. So all praise the Most High. So let's get going. Today's class is called the War of the Minds. The War of the Minds. All right. So we know that our people battle with different sins and so on and so forth. But the war of the minds today that the vein that we're gonna be going off of is the war of the minds dealing with Esau wants the minds of our people. All right. Esau wants the minds of our people, and he wants our people to follow him. All right. Follow him. Perfect example is what's that one? First Maccabees 3:48. Is that the one? Let's get it real quick. Right. First Maccabees 3:41. Oh, 48.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
So they opened the Bible. They opened the Holy Bible. Come on.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Because they knew that the children of Israel was going into captivity and they would serve their enemies. They knew that the children of Israel was going into captivity and they would want them to worship them. All right? Because when you are enslaved, if you think in your mind after generations of being destroyed that the God of the Bible looks like your enemy, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be in more subjection to them. You're going to be subservient to them.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So that's why when you look at the leadership out there in Sierra Leone and, when we going throughout the four corners of the earth, we teaching our people that God is a black man. Christ is black and the disciples was black. Those type of things destroy that Christianity thought, because when you acknowledge that Christ is a black man, you're not worshiping white Jesus no more. You're not in Christianity no more. All right, you in the law, statutes, and commandments. You find out how did they get to it? How did we get to this place as being, destroyed? All right.
Hey, Cap, that white supremacy mindset is now taken out of your, out of your mind, out of the way. Basically.
Right. So, like today's class is called the War of the Minds. Let's deal with the mind. Let's show Israel. Let's get Mark 7:21. Let's make sure Israel understands what the mind is, all right? Because the mind is ultimately not the heart that pumps in your body. I mean the vessel that pumps blood in your body, all right? Because if that was it, then when you wake up from a heart transplant or having a pacemaker, you know what I'm saying? You technically be a new mind. You know what I mean? You'll have a new heart.
Yeah, also the new creature, right?
Right.
Whole new man.
Right. And it's showing you that that vessel can be replaced, just like a kidney, just like a lung or whatever the case. But at the end of the day, guess what? Your mind can never be replaced. if your mind is damaged, if you've been a football player and you had a concussion and you have amnesia, you are not in the right state of mind. You are not in the right. You don't have your heart. All right, read what you got.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
See that? Heart, thoughts. All right, that's the point. Heart, thoughts. Come on.
Adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
You see that? So it comes from within. All right. That's the ultimate war of the minds that Esau wants. He wants our people in these sins right here, being adulterers, fornicators, murderers, covetous, deceitful, lasciviousness, evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. Esau wants our people in this mind frame so he can keep us in sin.
Right.
So our God will not fight for us. Let's prove that real quick. Let's go to Judith.
Hey, Cap.
Go
and they
ahead.
go into as well, like, Babylon, land of confusion. America, they want to keep you confused. So they say all these things is okay under Christianity and all these philosophies so we can stay in the midst of sin.
Right. Come on.
The book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people,
Iniquity. Go ahead.
and they sin against their God,
You see that? And we be in error with the Lord. The Lord be angry with us. Come on.
let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
You see that? So now you understand how the Christian church came about. Now you understand why the pastors are paid big bucks to keep you in sin.
Right.
Because ultimately these pastors, there's something in the Christian church. They say that God loves everybody, but these churches are segregated.
Bring it out.
You got Edomite churches and you got Jake churches. But
Right.
But it's sad. Dylan Roof can walk in. That was his name, right? Dylan Roof.
Yes, sir.
Dylan Roof can walk into a black church and they look and they say, Jesus is here. But then if a black man walk into a white church, they say, what is this nigga doing here?
Pretty much.
What are you doing in our church?
Yeah, and that's if
Can we help you? Yes. Can we help you?
Hey, that's even if you're able to get through the front doors. Because remember, there was an episode that happened with that, where the gentleman, they wouldn't even let him through the doors. They stopped him before he even came through.
Right.
It was like, you're not welcomed here.
Right. I thought we was all one in Jesus. Only the black man thinks that, and the black woman that's destroyed, the Stockholm syndrome. You don't love yourself. Your hair's permed. You got blonde hair in your hair. You got pants on, showing off your figure because you're low self-esteem. The men, you're effeminate because you never understood what the power of Christ. You think Christ is a homosexual walking with his palms out, skipping through tulips when he come. That dude ain't coming. He already here. He's called the Caucasian today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We trying to show our people the real way, the reality of what's going to happen when Christ cracked the sky open, all right? And it's not a good thing for the other nations and the whole world as a whole, all right? So let's go to Revelation 12 and 15, because what we really showing dealing with the war of the minds, that war of the minds is active today. All right, that war of the mind, the war of the minds it goes on in every facet of life in America today. All right, whether it's your politics, your religions, it's so many religions. Think about it. If it was only the Baptist religion in Christianity, then outside of that, it'd be Muslim, Buddhist, you understand? And not too many atheists, not too many options. But Esau, it's just like the 99-cent menu. You know what I'm saying? He like to give Negroes variety. He give you the Seventh-day Adventist, the Jehovah's Witness, the
Methodist, the Lutheran,
the Pentecostal.
Right.
He said, just pick one. You know what I'm saying?
It's Burger King. Just have it your way.
Right.
Whatever you like.
Right.
Hey,
And the
Cap.
end game of all of that is do nothing and get everything.
Hey, Cap, you like, welcome to religion today. How may I help you?
Right. Yeah, let me get a number Pentecost with a side of Christianity on the side.
Hey, would you like some holy water?
Hey, hold back the laws.
Hey, would you like some holy water with that?
right. Right. So extra bacon, because the laws are done away with. You understand? We can't move like that in these last days. It's nowhere in life that you get something for nothing. You don't go to your job and do nothing. You don't show up late to your job, sit on your butt, and walk into the manager's office and pull up a chair right next to him and get on your phone and look at Netflix. And then at the end on Friday, you get a check. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You show up late, they probably write you up or send you home.
You go get fired, Cap.
Right.
And our people looking for, like you said, the inconsistency, the slothfulness, not doing what they supposed to do. That's the job required of them. Like our people, we're not keeping the laws, what we point out, and we want the promise. We want that raise. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting it.
Right. So go ahead, start reading that. Revelation 12:15.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
You see that? He says, and the serpent, meaning what? Esau, the red man, he said, cast out water as a flood. That's letting you know what? Remember when you go to Ephesians 4:14, it tells you doctrines being tossed to and fro in doctrines. Right. You understand? Because our people love deceit. Our people love simplicity. Our people love to see a lower state amongst us because we hate one another. We hate ourselves. You understand? All right. Religion. Is voting going on right now. The new conscious black man is the black man that's very conscious of the candidates, their agendas, and blah blah blah.
Right.
That stuff ain't never help you. We done been to town hall meetings and all type of things before where you got the black man in there and everybody's mad, and then you got what's his name, Jesse Jackson, black man there, says we gotta vote. We got to change the votes. We got to start changing them. We got to manipulate. We got to do it. We got to take over this office and this office. What's the name of that town that Esau came in there and killed everybody and he killed the politician. Back then, black people were Republicans. I'm trying to think of the name of that town. I think you posted it. Black men was Republicans. He said, black men were Republicans, or black families were Republicans.
Right.
And they took over the seats at the Senate House. This was way back. I want to say in the 40s or something, 50s. And what ended up happening was some Edomites that was angry. They start publicizing in the papers saying that black people was taking over Congress and so on and so forth, black voters, and they ended up coming in there at night one day, killing or lynching one of the main men, the black man that won, and destroying his another black man's newspaper building. I forgot. I know somebody's on here watching now remembers or maybe familiar with that case, but the point is politics never worked.
Hey, Cap, I just want to touch on the politics because, of course, we was in Baton Rouge at the homecoming, and of course they got the parade going, so on and so forth. And in the midst of that, what you talking about, voting? They got a big old banner on the float. The dude face on it, Jake, of course. They out there passing out flyers, support, vote, this, that, and the third. But like Cap said, none of these things, these systems that's been set up by Esau, Democrat, Republic, this, that, and the third, have helped our people. You know what I'm saying? You just voting for nothing, for not.
Right. And that's why we got to constantly rejoice, because in these last days when you see the state of our people, and you see in these last days our people need help, the solution is not coming from religion, voting, politics, so on and so forth. All right? So continue reading.
Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
You see that? So now the flood, dealing with the doctrines. Let's go to Psalms 85 and 11. Because it said the earth helped the woman. Let's see how the earth helped the woman. Because when we look in these scriptures, this is our solution. This is our solution. This is how we're going to end up getting the kingdom. It's not off our own thoughts. It's not off of, in these last days, we're going to counsel with the white man to figure out what we're going to do. No, we're going to search in these scriptures. Let's see what the Bible says. Come on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 85 and verse 11. Truth shall spring out of the earth,
You see
and
what the Bible
righteous
says? Truth shall spring out of the earth. Come on.
and righteousness shall look down from heaven.
You see that? Now that's what the scriptures mean when it says the earth help the woman. All right? Truth shall spring out of the earth. Let's get the truth real quick. What's the truth? Because remember when we read John 8 and 32, it say what? You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You know what freedom translates into? Help. You see what I'm saying? That's why in Revelation they say the earth helped the woman. All right? Come on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
You see that? And thy law is the truth. And thy law is the truth. So, hey, look, I want to show y'all something, Israel. Just we dealing with this topic right now. Always remember that the war of the minds ain't got nothing to do with the heathen's mind. The heathen can be, you can have a Moabite that's a Christian. You can have a Ishmaelite that's a Christian. You can have or Chinese that's a Christian, or Arab that's a Christian, a Hamite or that's which is a African that's a Christian. None of that stuff even matter to the Lord. The Lord ain't worried about what they do. All right. When you read Deuteronomy 4, it tells you that the nations have their own gods, and the gods basically are things that's upon the earth, or the stars in heaven and so forth.
The things he told us not to worship.
Right, right. So when we examine that, let's go to Jeremiah 31, 35, and 36. Because the war of the minds has everything to do with the 12 tribes of Israel being obedient to the Lord. Has everything to do with this course of the earth, all right? The other nations are irrelevant. I know y'all mad. It's okay. You think, look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The other nations look at us as the scum of the earth. So when they see us going in the scriptures, precept upon precept, proving everything, it hurts.
Right.
And everything
right.
that we're proving is going contrary to what they taught us, and it's showing them that they in trouble when Christ comes.
Hey,
And that's scary.
right.
Go ahead.
No, it's the scriptures. It's the Hebrews 4 and 12. They get cut. They getting cut every time they hear this Bible come out, and we teaching our people, and we not dealing with them when we out at camp, so on and so forth. It don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? But we know this kingdom set up. We got to go to them for everything. You know what I'm saying? This it's not normal to them, basically.
Right. Wow. Yep. And that's exactly why we do what we do. All right. We strive for our people. All right. Because guess what? The Lord and the angels is watching every little thing that's going on. The Lord and the angels is documenting everything. The scriptures say it's only the Lord's mercies we not consume. So no matter how much the hatred from the other nations, so on and so forth, the Lord said it's only his mercy we not consume. All right? It's just like we have to cherish every moment we have with one another. You know, here we go, the last day that we're going to be with the captain. You know, he just came through visiting with us and going back up to ATL, you know what I'm saying, grace us with his presence, you know. But at the end of the day, as this truth continue to push forth, what ends up happening? The 12 tribes of Israel get back exalted by the Most High. And that's what we want. That's what the Lord wants.
That's right. That's right.
So go ahead, read that.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name.
So it's the Lord is showing you he's the creator of all these things.
Right.
All right? Because, when you look at the different ordinances, the sun ain't never late to rise.
Right.
Just
That's
a
on point,
Negro
Cap.
late to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The
Pretty
sun
much.
don't ever, the waters don't ever go over its banks.
Right.
Only a Negro would lack self-restraint. You
Right.
see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. That's it.
But
That's it.
the ocean being so powerful, the ocean being so balanced. You understand? I don't know about y'all, but I know about one of the hobbies I have is saltwater aquariums, right? So saltwater aquarium, the balance has to be perfect
Right.
to be able to maintain life and sea plants and sea life.
Right,
You understand?
right.
So just to think at all times the ocean is perfectly balanced with salinity and pH balance and so on,
Right,
and
that's it.
ammonia and nitrates and nitrites. You understand? When we read that, we just read over it. The Lord ain't never late.
Hey, Cap, and on that too, it's showing you that they know their position, they know their job. You know what I'm saying? They not what's the word? Deviating from their job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They following the ordinance that's been set up with them. We are the ones through this oppression, through as we going into Esau's philosophies and his the flood, his media, so on and so forth. That's how we off course. You know?
Right. So that's showing you that what ended up happening in these last days. We must understand. We must be obedient to the Lord. He's the one that created everything. Created us to be obedient and be in our ordinance. Continue reading, verse 36.
Verse 36. If those ordinances depart from before me,
You see that if those ordinances, meaning what? Not only the sun, moon, stars, the ocean. You understand? Come on.
saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
You see what the Lord just said? So to you other nations, to you Christian black men and women that hate yourself, go outside right now and go see if the sun is out. And if the sun is out, the laws are still in effect. The Lord still
That's
loves
right,
us.
right.
We are his people. All right? Just like it's repetitive. The scriptures are repetitive. But our people don't want to see that because they want to see love everybody. That's nowhere in the scriptures. All right? If that was the case, then just under the premise of Caesar Borgia, when you die, black man, the white man will be over you again in heaven. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case,
No
it would
escape.
be right. If God was all equal, he wouldn't be the color of anybody on the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He'll be that invisible God that they always try to talk about.
Right, or his color would change day by day
Damn,
to
a
match
chameleon.
fit
Right.
everybody's
Multicolor,
feelings.
That's what I was saying.
Multicolor.
He'll be a
One side
chameleon.
black, one side white, one side
Right.
yellow. Yeah.
He'll be
Right.
one of them mood rings that change with the
Right.
with the mood.
Damn.
Right, and that's not the case. That's not the case. The Bible says he's black. All right. So continue. Go ahead.
Cap. Don't leave from that. Don't leave from that right there. So, as you was saying, right? If you go outside and you see the moon on all the ordinance in the sky, the Israelites are still here. But according to when you read Sirach 37 verse 25, get that from it real quick. Hear what God said, according to the Israelites. God created us as a people. Everybody feel like said, okay, the other nation can wipe off all Negroes and Hispanic off the face of the earth. No, never said like that, bro. Because the Bible said, if the ordinance in the skies are not there, that means that the Israelites are not here. And as long as the Israelites are not here, the other nation cannot be on the face of the earth. Because it's we make the other nation are here. God created them to save us, serve us. God created the moon and the stars to serve us, bro. You see how powerful that is, bro? But many people don't even never get it. Bro, if the moon and the stars is not there, the Caucasian race cannot be on the face of the earth.
Right.
You understand? The other nation cannot be here. God said, it don't make no sense for make the earth if the Israelites are not here. Bro, you don't ever see. Read it for me real quick.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 25.
What it said?
The days of the life of man may be numbered.
You see what I'm saying? That's why they give us birthday and Thanksgiving and Halloween and all these things, because the days are numbered, bro. You have to do all these things to feel like said, yes, they're on the planet Earth, because it wasn't created for them, bro. That's why you see them make all these type of sport. I see them make a little sport the other day. They use a stick with a round. You see the thing? But that's not entertaining to me, and I know many people see that too. That's not entertaining. But the white man, when it reached to the mark where they want it, he jump and fragile like something happened. Nothing don't happen, bro. That's not entertaining.
You know, it's funny you said that, Cap.
Yeah.
One time I was in a city visiting, and it was I don't watch TV much. I don't even have cable, but I pushed the TV and it came up BMX. Like these Edomites, all these Edomites was riding on these bikes,
Right.
jumping up, and you know what I'm saying. And the only it was not entertaining to me. The only reason I watched, I was to watch them fall. I was like, okay, he about to fall, and a few of them just was eating it. I was like, oh man.
Hey, you know what's funny about that one, Cap? The same thing that they're putting out now that they call entertainment and sports, because they already know that we're more stronger than, we're powerful than them. So what you're seeing them doing now is they're trying to create things that they know that really is not interesting to us. Right. You know, like you said, the BMX thing, we did the BMX thing when we were young. Them same things they were doing, we were doing when we were kids. You know, and what's the other one? They made a big deal. The beanbag toss now. Now they're getting paid millions of dollars to toss beanbag. We did that when we were
Right, yeah,
preschool.
cornhole, right.
Yeah.
Because, bro, is we as a people that get the knowledge from.
Right,
You
that's
understand?
it.
All the illegal scooter stuff is the island to see us making out of the bearings out of the car, and we put rubber over the wheel. They'll go in the islands and they come now and they try to bring it back to our people and try to sell us like it's they come up with their knowledge. No, bro. No. Bro, they make a diligent search and they know what we like. They know that niggas like chicken. You understand? They make all Popeyes all over. Every block you have a Popeye store. You understand? Because that's what they do. They try to play with our mind. They try to do everything. They come in like it's all good. But bro, no. They come to know you. You understand? These are the things. So the Bible said, as long as you see the moon and the stars in the sky, bro, that's why they're up there. Because the Israelites are here. The Israelites are not here. Nothing up on the face of the earth. The Most High gonna take it back before it was void and all these things up on the face of the earth. Cause you remember Genesis? Nothing wasn't there. Cause there was no Israelite was there to tell the side. So God said, listen, come let me make some people like us. You understand? And future to come, they're gonna name the Israelites. I mean the prince of the power with God. That's what God said, bro. So don't let them trick you, bro, and take your joy from you, bro. You understand? Remember, bro, if every Negroes and every Hispanic leave America, there is no America. I want you to get it straight. I want everybody to get that straight. They are just playing with our mind because remember, the Most High said according to the Northern Kingdom, they was going to rise up last, right? And the Most High said, according to the scriptures, affliction have to come to our way for we to know that, yes. You understand? Open up our ears to listen to God. So it's not nothing bad. You see, the president been sending back these people back home. No, the Most High ready for them. Because he said they're going to rise them up when? Cap, 11th hour?
Yes.
11th hour.
Yes.
So let me finish read it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 25. The days of the life of man may be numbered.
The days of the life of the other nation numbered. You understand? That's why they keep birthday. The Pharaoh and the Pharaoh before, they used to keep their birthday like every week or every month.
Right.
Every month they used to keep their birthday, bro. You understand? Come on.
But the days of Israel are innumerable.
So if you look up the definition for innumerable, it said cannot count. It can't numbered. Right. You understand? So how they want to come to our community, and they want to come to our community, and they want to treat us like the worst thing. Yes. That's the same thing. That's the same thing they do us. It's not just now. It's not just when we came to America. It was in Egypt on the same thing. The fear locked down everything. Everything. All the resources locked down from us. But do we make it? Yes, we make it. Because how we make it, we start to remember. So, oh, shit. Our help is not just working 9 to 5 and have a car and this. No, our help is in this book. You
That's
understand?
right.
For real. These are the things, bro. So, again,
Right. All praises. So let's go back to Jeremiah 31 and read verse 37. That's a good point the captain made because vanity is vanity. But at the end of the day, when you look at our people, how much more is Esau's life vanity? You know what I'm saying? And the other nations like vanity
Right,
when
right,
they
right.
just here, just taking up space and breathing up our air.
That's it.
You
That's
see
it.
what I'm saying? You in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Cap, glad you say that. Why a next man would want to take your parts, like your heart, your liver, your kidney, to put in their own body? I'm just asking why.
Right.
Because listen, bro, they've been traveling around from islands to islands. They have a huge boat. You understand? And they're traveling from island to islands. And they're going to the islands and they bring the medication and they want to operate upon the brothers and the sisters who cannot finance themselves to pay medication bill here. But in America, do we pay tax here? Do we pay tax here, right? But do you can get free medication here? So
Hell no.
all these things are designs, are tricks they're trying to use on us. That's what the captain said about the topic. The topic is what again?
The war of the mind.
The war of the mind. They're warring with our people mind, bro. You understand? They're going like everything is good, bro, but the aim of everything is to destroy us as a people.
Right.
You understand? Because listen, how in the islands have so much AIDS, bro? How in the islands have so much disease, bro? And we live off of what? The water from the spring. These are the things. I'm just saying why. Because they go in and they bring the medication, and the medication what they bring might be 10 people they give you good, but the medication, because they don't leave with the medication, they leave all the medication behind. They don't leave when they come into your country. If they bring the craft to you and try to help you, then when they leave all those medication behind. So the medication what they leave behind is what? It's not nothing to help you. It's to destroy us as a people. But the Bible said, as long as you see the moon and the stars in the sky, we what? We cannot die. We cannot die. That's it, bro. Because remember, the more they try to kill us is what? The more we multiply. The more the sisters them go to the abortion clinic is what? Is more babies. These are the things. So
Right.
that I have to say, man, for real.
Right.
Mhm.
And it's sad. Our people, we really deal with a mental issue because we was out at camp yesterday, and we tried to get his flyer to this brother that was on a bike, and we said, "Hey, brother, here, take a flyer." He said, "You got a sandwich for me? Y'all got some food or something?" We said, "Bro, why we gotta give you some food? Here go the real food right here. Why we gotta give you food for you to take the flyer?" He said, black people ain't nothing. I said, what? He said, black people F the whole world up. He said, we ain't SH and black people F the whole world up. I said, wow. Our people are bugged out.
Cap, that's a destroyed mindset. For real. When you think that somebody giving you something, because remember, our mindset is to look for Esau for everything. So for him the first thing they asked the captain and the men is, you got a sandwich? That's the mindset that Esau has instilled in our people, because we got people up under the bridge, these churches. I know we go to corporates, we see it.
Right.
They out there passing out food. That's what they expect from us. But like Cap say, we giving you the food.
Right. And when we get, and a lot of people don't know, when they give you food, they take your social.
Right.
They take your social.
Yep.
They take your social security, and is a tax write-off that they gave you food. And they use your social over and over and over and over and over again to say they fed you.
But Cap,
And they get a reward. They get credit for that.
Right.
Cap, it's not just a so-called white man do that. Cause we was at camp and you know what the Chinese people do? They come around the corner and start to give out melon. And all the brothers what was there was selling drugs, bro. You know who they turn to? They don't stand up. They go to the China people for a melon, bro. Simple as that, melon, bro. Well, it was like, just like when they were giving out food here, as the way said, it was a line to just get melon, watermelon, bro. What is one watermelon? You can pay like what, $15 for a whole watermelon, bro. And the Chinese people come on that Sabbath, bro, and every one of the brother was a son up there, run for melon, bro.
Damn.
Simple.
It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So read that real quick, verse 36. No,
Jer-
37.
Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured.
So now you understand why they in space.
Bring
Esau
it out.
calls it space exploration. Read it again.
If heaven above can be measured.
So Esau, his father Satan, gave him the technology to go into space, and they always making movies about how they gonna take another planet and they space. What's the name of that? What's that? Space.
Star Trek.
No, Galaxy. Yeah, Star Trek. What's the other one?
Space Invader, not Space.
Avatar.
Stargate is good. Yeah.
What's that Marvel one they did?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
There you go.
Yeah,
They did something. Guardians of the Galaxy, and the star is an Edomite. You know what I'm saying?
It's true, right?
And they
right.
painted the black woman blue. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Cap. It's another one where they took like scientists and top like Marines and soldiers, and they took them through this training, and they injected them with all this different stuff, and they turned into like a whole new creature. Like the people died. They had to learn how to swim in water and sit there for hours. So they showing us what they doing behind the scenes,
Right.
so they can get out of here.
Right. So continue.
Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured,
Come on.
and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath.
You see that? So now you understand why they drilling, why they in caves, why they trying to find a hole. They trying to discover everything. Why you see they beneath the trying to go in submarines, trying to search out the seas. Come on.
Journey to the center of the earth.
Come on.
I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord.
You see that? So that's why they doing it. But it's not going to happen.
Hey, Cat, that's crazy. So you saying that half of them are running around searching out all of these things, trying to figure out how to wipe us off the face of the earth, and then the other half of them know what's going on, is scared as hell. They trying to get off the earth.
Right.
Wow.
And watch this. Even just recently, Ishmael, and it's all nations in the midst of this. Recently, Ishmael was in Egypt, because you know Ishmael in Egypt now. So Ishmael in Egypt, he done found like a major tomb discovery. You understand? And they dusting off on the side of the tomb, looking at the story that's on the side of the tomb. Nothing but black men on it. They looking at it. You understand? Because they trying to search out everything.
Close the door. Seal it off.
Right. Right. So now the Egyptology community got to get with Ishmael to figure out what's on the hieroglyphs. All right. You ain't getting with what the white man no more. The white man say, I'm done with that stuff. It's boring to me. I'm gonna give it to you now, Ishmael. You discover all this stuff. All right. So let's go to 1 Ezra 5 and 72, because we know for a fact that the war of the minds that's going on with our people is going on in the media. Here we go. You got that Harriet Tubman movie. There's all kind of negative reviews coming out on that movie.
That's right.
That it was number cooning going on in there. She had a white man that she was in love with, a black bounty hunter, and all this other stuff. I ain't going to see that. I'm gonna go see it on bootleg. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, huh?
Hey, Cap.
I should say Fire Stick. I'm gonna go see it on Amazon. I'm gonna wait for it to get on Redbox, quote unquote, bootleg.
Yeah, catch Willie on the corner.
The red
with
light
DVD.
box bootleg. Right.
Hey, Cap.
Right. I'm gonna call the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? I ain't supporting that crap.
Hey, Cap. And you know the sad part about it? The true story about Harriet Tubman is that she knew she was Israel. Her family has verified that she knew she was Israel. They knew they was Israel when they came over here.
Right. All
Yes, sir.
praises.
Hebrew name and everything. They knew who they was.
But I was saying, Cap, you understand that they trying to go up in the sky, you understand, to search out what it was saying. But they know from 1969 until now, they know that, yes, they cannot find the thing what they want to find. So watch this real quick. Give me one scripture. One scripture, yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, read that. First Ezra.
Okay.
And then we're going to get right
okay,
to you.
yeah, all right.
This is the book of 1 Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 72.
Come on.
But the heathen of the land, lying heavy upon the inhabitants of Judea, and holding them straight, hindered their building.
You see that? So That's what they want to do right now. That's the war of the minds, to stop your mind. Because first thing, to build something, your mind got to be willing to build.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Verse 73. And by their secret plots.
You see that? That's what the problem is. The secret plots. The secret plots. What does the secret plots look like? Planned Parenthood. The boat that the
Right.
captain was talking about that go across the islands to islands,
Right.
spreading poison and
Yeah.
doing it under the name of being a physician.
Medical
Vaccines,
apartheid.
medical apartheid. You understand? In chattel slavery, they experimented. The doctors of this world today, the doctors of this world, experimented on Israelites and with no anesthesia, just to be able to learn the expertise that they know today. All right, the anatomy of the Israelite woman, they basically tortured the Israelite women to
Yes,
be
sir.
able to learn all these type
Yes,
of
sir.
different anatomies and so forth. Just to, they say they animal like. It doesn't even matter. They're animal like. No, it's not gonna hurt them. You
Right.
understand?
High
Come on.
tolerance of pain.
Right. They got high tolerance of pain. Go ahead.
Verse 73. And by their secret plots and popular persuasions and commotions, they hindered the finishing of the building.
You see that? So that's what they want. They want to hinder the finishing of the spiritual building. All right, come on.
All the time that King Cyrus lived, so they were hindered from building the space of 2 years until the reign of Darius.
So obviously that's going into some history, but that the scriptures say there's no new thing under the sun. So that's what we're looking at. A lot of popular persuasion and trying to do what? Secret plots to try to execute to stop the hindering of the nation of Israel being built, but also too to uplift and uphold and lengthen the time of this wicked kingdom. All right, go ahead, Cap. That precept you had.
Yes, sir. So, as what he was talking about, they are trying to find out. They're trying to dig deep on all these things. So, listen what the scripture said right here. Psalm 64, verse 6.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 6. They search out iniquities.
So, as what Cap read in Judith, right? That's what the king was telling the Assyrian king. You understand? The Moabite was telling the Assyrian king, said, those great people, as long as they do not sin, you understand, you cannot overthrow them. You understand? So what the so-called white men do, him trying to seek out more sin to bring to us as a people, like to give us a cell phone, because a cell phone in a young woman hand, and she have 2 baby in that, what, pushing in the, what do you call it again? That stroller.
The stroller.
You understand? That sister crossing the street with her head down and the cell phone, and I have the little young one running behind. I said, damn, this thing is crazy, bro. For real. Bro, listen good. What these people doing, they feel like said they're going to last forever. But God said, you understand, how far they can search. Because iniquity is just for a time with everybody. You understand? Because the wages of the end of sin is death. You understand? With anyone at all, with any nation at all, with our people and with the other nation. You understand? So the Bible said what they're trying to do, they're trying to search out iniquity. For what? To bring to who? It's not to every nation, it's to the people who they haven't sinned. Because I know if we get the book back in our hand and it taught the real way, they're in problem. So what they've been trying to do, they're trying to write the Queen James Version, the King James Version, all these type of version they try to build to us as a people and bring it to us. You understand? So even when you go into the jail system, the prison system, it's Bible in every cell. But when you open the Bible and read it, bro, it don't make sense. Because the writer who put the words together is like, no, yo, this Bible is a so-called white man book, for real. That's how it look, bro, for real. Because like what I read about the Christ burned not for us, it's not that it said. It's totally different words they put together, bro. You
That's
understand?
right.
Same Bible, but if you take another Bible, same writer and everything like that, it's saying something different. We have said, no, but it's the same Bible, right? It's saying something different. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they've been trying to do. They're trying to search out iniquity. You understand? And they're making diligent search to what to bring to our people. Because remember, in the 80s, you understand? As those a brother was bringing out, What the sister wear for her leggings this day, sister was using it under the dress and the skirt. They call it stocking. Or, what they call it again? Or underwear.
Yes, sir.
You understand? The searchers are diligent and say, okay, let's put some white sister out there and walk the street. You understand? Our sister just look at them, because they are our model. They are our sister model. You just look at them like, and our sister started to do it in a split second. You understand? So these are the things what they do. They search out diligently what they can use, you understand, to manipulate our people's mind to keep us in sin, because they know as long as we're in sin, we're going to be here for quite a while.
That's
Right.
right.
You
That's
understand?
right.
Right.
So these are the things what they do. They search out diligently. Make diligent search. That's why they've been going up and down, bro. You understand? It's not nothing, because when they go up there, you understand, they set the satellite up, you understand, and a cell phone, you can have a cell phone in your hand and you can reach to anybody in the four corners of the earth. That's what they did. And what on the cell phone? What they put on the cell phone? It's not nothing to teach us our people, it's to destroy us. You understand?
Distraction.
Right,
This
right,
is
It's an
right.
just
amusement.
That's what you said about the mind. That's what they're doing. You understand? They're playing with our people mind, bro, because they know. Look, I have an iPhone like this. And I see an iPhone come out the other day with 3 camera.
So you're an iPhone brother. All praises. Bro.
No, brother.
Nah,
I just get it, bro.
I'm saying,
no,
I'm an
but I'm
iPhone
just
brother
saying,
too.
I'm
Captain
just
is
saying,
a
I'm just
iPhone
saying.
brother. No,
I'm just saying, you have an iPhone like this, and you see they put it on the next iPhone, they call it iPhone 10, and it have 3 camera. But you now,
Right.
you did love this phone so much. You know what you're gonna do? Yeah,
go buy it.
you want the iPhone with the 3 camera under the same job this phone can do. I'm lying,
right.
sir.
Right,
I'm not
right.
lying, bro. These are the
Right.
things what they do with our people.
It's like
bro.
a card down payment now.
Yeah.
Cell phones. You
And
got-
one cell phone, bro, is like $1,200, bro. That is my rent.
right. Check this out. You know, it's funny you said that. Our people love saving the white man. I'm just gonna say it. That you love saving them. So I want Israel to examine something. Who has published these Bibles in the last 100 years? Who has published these Bibles and taken words out of it and added words into it and added image into it and took an image out of it? Let's just deal with the last 100, 200 years. Who has done that? It's not black people. It's not so-called black people. It's not Chinese. It's not the
Yeah, man,
Arabs.
right.
No other nation has done that. But when you read Revelation 22 and 19, it says, if any man take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from all the things which are written therein. So, and before that, verse 18, it says, if you shall add. So, on that premise alone, the white man is in trouble. What's wrong with our people? Well, if we had the bomb soundboard right now, it'd be dropping right now. Because for everybody who want to save
Pretty
Esau
much.
so bad, he in trouble for everything that he has done. Period.
Hey, bro, show you how this man so powerful, bro. I was driving under the 59, and when I look across, I see a church. And it's a homosexual church. Bro, on the face of the earth, because remember, when you read the book tell you, I'm not talking about the Old Testament, I'm telling about the New Testament. When you read Corinthians 6, verse 9, the most I tell you who and who gonna inherit the kingdom of God, bro. But they make a church, bro. And they're reading out of a Bible what the so-called white man put together and said it named the Queen James Version, bro.
Right, and you know that part's blotted out.
But everybody in there feel like said if God come tomorrow morning, bro. And the aim is for our people. You understand? The aim
Right.
is to destroy our people, bro.
Hey, Cap, heavy that y'all saying that. And, the topic, the war of the minds. I want to bring out a precept just looking at the mind of your enemy. Because everything that y'all are bringing out, Cap, the other nations are hell-bent. They are set. Their sole purpose is out there to destroy us. Real quick, let's take a look at the mindset of our enemy. That Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1. Yeah.
What it said?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1. And I'm just going to hit a couple of verses here just to show the mindset of the other nations and how everything that they're doing is simply out to destroy, to capture our minds, to destroy, to take us off of that righteous path.
This
Real quick.
This is the book Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Read.
For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves.
So notice it said reasoning with themselves. So the Most High is about to reveal the thoughts of the other nations. Read.
But not aright.
Mm-hmm.
Our life is short and tedious.
Mm-hmm.
And in the death of a man, there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
So the other nations are already knowing these things. They already know that their life is short. They know that there's hard labor for them. They know that once there's death, there's no coming back from that. So real quick, drop to verse 6.
For verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present.
So you hear what the other nations are saying? They're saying what? Come, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present. Read.
And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Let us use the creatures like they are in the youth. Drop down to verse 10.
Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor and righteous man.
This is the mindset of the other nations. Let them do what?
Let us oppress the poor, righteous man.
Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. Read.
Let us not spare the widow.
Not spare the widow. Read.
Nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
So here is the other nations. Here's the thought of the other nations: to oppress and spoil you and destroy you evermore.
Right.
They're never going to give you the respect. They're never going to give you that gestures or that reverence that the Most High God has set you up to receive. But their inward thought, the war of their mind, is to simply destroy you and use you. Why? Because they already know, like y'all have brought out throughout the whole class with all your precepts, that their time is short.
Right.
Check this out. You know, that's why they call it picnics. They used to pick a nigga. They used to.
Yes, sir.
They used to tell everybody, here go tickets to come watch a lynching. Come drive 4 or 5 hours down into good old South Carolina, good old Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, whatever.
Right.
All these states. None of y'all eastern country cities and states are exonerated from this. All right, because y'all all know what's going on, and y'all sit there and play the hand in it. Y'all brought y'all children. These Edomites brought their children to watch black men, black women castrated and barbecued, and limbs cut off, so on and so forth. And for some reason, they say with their Christians and their God-fearing country, but then now the freedom of speech is being flipped on them. They like, how dare they talk about us like this? It's true. It's true. If it was any sincerity in these people, they would have said at some level to say, you know what, we guilty of this stuff. Let us just be quiet.
If they had a conscience,
we did that.
Right.
You know?
If they had a conscience, right? They don't have a conscience.
Right.
You
Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 12. All right? Because our people must learn in these last days the devices that in the war that's going on in the mind of our people. Read that real quick.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest.
So read that part again. Read it slow.
The bewitching of naughtiness.
The what? Blinding of sin. The spell of sin. Come on.
Doth obscure things.
Make blur things that are what?
That are honest.
Meaning what? Righteous. Laws. You understand?
Right. A husband and wife.
Right.
Not a woman and woman or man and man.
Right. And Esau knows that. The so-called white man, the Arabs, the Chinese, they know that. All right. A lot of these Arabs, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's a story not told often. A lot of these other nations, mainly Ishmael out here in Texas, Ishmael and these hoods and ghettos, what they do is they have these storefronts and gas stations, whatever, urban storefronts.
Right.
And they let Wicked Jake pay them money to hide drugs and hide and set up right in front of their store and meet Jake in their store or right outside their store to do drug deals. All right? And they pay them weekly payment to say you can use my storefront to sell drugs. You can go in and out my store and sell drugs. You can hide drugs behind that all those clothes right there that's folded up. And if the police here, I'm gonna play stupid. Like I didn't know you did that. You understand? It's all lies and deceit. These other nations play a heavy hand in keeping our people destroyed. All right. So let's go to Isaiah 30:1 and 2. All right. Isaiah 30:1 and 2. Because our people that's watching this class, let's just say you just repented. You must understand that anything outside, if you're not studying these scriptures, anything outside of the commandments of God, you're in rebellion. All right? You're in rebellion. Anything like your own thoughts, how you going to get out of this place, you're in rebellion. All right? Your own thoughts to think to yourself how you going to add to the scriptures and make your captivity easy, you in rebellion.
Yep.
All right? And we must understand that. Read what you got.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
You see that? That's dealing with what? Doing politics. You know, you trying to find a better way out. All right? It's nothing new under the sun. Israel always wanted to do that. Read on.
That cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
You see that? You trying to get a covering, a protection, but not the protection of the Lord.
Right. They're trying to get protection from man.
Right.
From a man.
Right.
You want white man to protect you,
Right.
to save you. It's crazy.
Exactly. Come on. So when the Lord bring a judgment, you can't run from the judgment and hide under the other nations from the Lord.
Right.
And look for salvation from the other nations. The Lord said, look, I'm your God, and the only way you're going to get out of this situation is obeying me. Right. Come on.
Hey, ain't that what Adam did? He hid in the trees.
Yeah.
Sin, in the garden.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Come on.
That they may add sin to sin.
Come on. See that? So you already in a jam from the Lord for being rebellious. So you're going to go get yourself in a deeper jam by going running to the other nations and trying to follow their politics, their religions, all these different things to try to get away from the judgment that the Lord put you on for being in sin already. So you're going to add sin to sin. That's the same thing that we read in Leviticus 26. It talks about the more you rebel, the more you rebel, the more you sin. And you just fall deeper and deeper in error with the Lord until your butt is finally tired of getting whooped. All right? That's just like Rodney King when they just whooped him tirelessly. They said, don't try to get up. Don't try to get up. They try, he just moved and they just beat him more. You know what I'm saying? He looked up, they beat him. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
You see that? So you ain't asked at the Lord's mouth. You strengthen yourself in Pharaoh. Meaning what? You ain't go into the scriptures and see what you should be doing to get yourself together. Trusting in these pastors.
Right.
Come on.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
You see that? The shadow of Egypt. That's today America.
That's right.
The shadow of Egypt. When you read Revelation 11 and 8, it tell you this place is spiritually Egypt. This is literally the shadow of Egypt. The real obvious that was in Egypt is in America today.
Right.
They cut it, they took it down, cut it at the root, and painstakingly traveled with it and brought it to this side of the world to put it at their headquarters, Washington D.C.
They did a transplant, Cap.
Right. Obulus rod transplant.
Pretty much.
Exactly. So that it's showing you this place is demonic as hell, because that's how you know this place is Egypt, and then that's how you know that they know that we the 12 tribes of Israel, because they bringing them same things that we seen in ancient times right before us all over again.
That's right.
You don't even had no remembrance. You looked at that damn obelisk. Come on.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Therefore
shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
You see that? So he said, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Come on.
And the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion.
You see that? That's confusion. You walk around bewildered looking for options outside of looking into these scriptures and being obedient to the Lord. The Lord wants us to come back to him in holiness and in truth and making sure we're walking upright. All right? So now let's switch gears for a second. We're gonna speed it up just a little bit, but I want to switch gears for a second. Oppression. The minds of our people trying to be won over by our enemies, the other nations. So now, when they see us reverting back to the commandments of God, reverting back to being the 12 tribes of Israel, what ends up happening when they know that they're not going to win our minds, that we're not going to do what they say, now they start to get angry. Now the real devil comes out. The real demon comes out. The real force of evil and violence and terror starts to happen, right? That's why when you read in Revelation 12 and 7, it said the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of a seed that kept the commandments. All right? That's showing you at a point where the awoken is start to be physically and mentally oppressed, dealing with pipelines that shut off resources, dealing with demonization, media.
Right.
You understand? Any social media or internet platform they can use to demonize us, to turn the public against us, and the whole world against us.
With the BBC, with all that, Cap.
Right.
The popular persuasion, they control the minds of the people.
Right.
That's what people fail to understand or realize. They control the narrative.
Right,
we don't control anything because we're not in power.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. So go ahead, read that. Oh, Matthew 10 and 20.
Okay. Yes, sir. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
You see that? So that's why our fear got to be in the Lord, not in man. Because when your fear is in man, you making flesh your own. You are trusting in the shadow of Egypt. All right? You're not fearing the Most High, the one that created that man. All right?
They kept the one that brought you out of Egypt, the one that made a mockery of all they magicians and all that foolish that they thought power that they thought they had. The Most High put an end to all that. You know what I'm saying? Where Egypt today? Nowhere. Just where America go be. Nowhere.
Right. Exactly. So let's go to up to verse 17.
Verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils.
You see that? So that's the point where like y'all not teaching on the street no more. Yeah, we got a 1-800 hotline to turn in all these guys with fringes on. That's why you got this movement of Israelites that's afraid to wear fringes and justifying it with some cockamamie, you know what I'm saying?
Precepts that don't even line up.
Right, because you scared to let your light shine.
Right.
Just say you scared.
That's it.
Come on.
Be a man.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils.
Come on.
And they will scourge you in their synagogues.
Scourge you is physical. Come on.
Ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake.
See that? You're going to be brought before noble official men. All right? Know for surety, noble and official men of this world know of us.
For a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
You see that? So now they say, we know that y'all speaking all kind of evil about us. And we want an account of why y'all doing this. And we have questions that you must answer. But let's see what the Lord say. Come on.
But when they deliver you up,
you see that?
No
the Lord
thought.
said, but when they deliver you up, do what?
Take no thought.
Don't even worry about what you're going to say. Come on.
How or what ye shall speak.
Don't even worry about how you're going to put your words together. Come on.
For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
It's going to be given to us the accusations that are being said. Come on.
For it is not ye that speak,
but
the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
You know what that means? When we deliver it up, all we're going to say is, give me a King James Version Bible. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about.
That's right.
I need a reader. They're going to say, we don't have no readers. Give me that Iramah right there. He can read it for me.
Right.
Come on.
Hey, Cap. Cap, and in a courtroom why do they have the Bible there? Remember, it's supposed to be a separation of state and all that, right? But they got the Bible for you to swear on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth. Esau, you ain't told the truth yet. You know what I'm saying? You won't own up to nothing that you have done, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Come on. Or is that it?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right.
Hey, Cal, one quick precept on that concerning the other nations who rise up against us in these last days, like you're talking about, because we know the flood is coming. We know what's coming down the pipeline. We've read it. Real quick, just a real quick precept on that. Judith chapter 16 and verse 17. Judith chapter 16, verse 17. And this is for the other nations, because I know the other nations are watching as well. But it's for our people
other
as
nations.
well. And for our people as well, just to keep them in understanding what's going to happen to these other nations. So read that real quick for me. Judith 16 and 17.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 16 and verse 17.
Read.
Woe to the nations that rise up against my kindred.
So the Most High say, woe, death to the other nations that rise up against his kindred. Read.
The Lord Almighty will take vengeance of them in the day of judgment,
Read.
in putting fire and worms in their flesh.
Read.
And they shall fill them and weep forever.
And they shall fill them and they shall weep forever. So just a message out to them other nations that we know they're watching in fear.
Right. And know that the let's go to Zechariah 12 and 10 real quick.
Yes, sir.
I know we running close on time. We just wanna let our people know. That's why when you read, he that leadeth in the captivity shall be go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's your patience and faith of the saints. That latter part right there, that's the part that I want you to meditate on. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. You see what I'm saying? Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. You understand? Come on.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12 and verse 10. I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplication.
You see that? So grace is only for Israel. Right. Come on.
And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced.
Who's going to look upon Christ who they pierced? The Romans. Because it was a Roman soldier that pierced Christ.
Which is today, what went over yesterday, the Iuics in America today.
Right.
Same people.
Right. So the Lord's letting you know when he cracks that sky open, that same Roman soldier that pierced him is going to look upon him and he's going to know who he is and he's going to know who he is. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say, oh, look, I killed Christ long ago. He that have an ear, let him hear. Come on.
And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced.
Come on.
And they shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his only son.
You see that? That's what we're going to be doing, because we're going to be so happy to get out of this wicked place.
Right. For real, Cap. So it's not, so that's what I'm saying. 400 years for us is like millions of years, correct? But according to the end of this time, when the Moses said he's going to send back his son and he appeared, the Moses said Jerusalem have structured for 1,000 years. So 1,000 years behind these other nations don't have a savior to come and save them. Bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. But let's listen, this is good. Give me Baruch. Baruch the 4 verse 24 and 25. 1,000 here, bro, for the other nations. I'm not telling you about just, I'm just telling you to organize, you understand, to the plan what in the Bible, or Jerusalem have to act struggle with 12 stones, or they have to build it, you understand, in order, you understand, you cannot build one side away or you feel like build it. You have to build like 10 cubic wide, 20 cubic high, just like how it said in the Bible. And it have to be perfect. And there's no crane gonna be there. You understand? There's no back hose to dig holes gonna be there.
Bring it out.
It's other things, bro, for real. So again, a land, cause brothers travel to Jerusalem and see its structures. There's a lot of rocks there too. You understand? For real. Without you to have, you cannot set dynamite there to pollute the here no more. You understand? Everything to dig with hand. understand? So watch this real quick.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 24. Like as now the neighbors of Sion have seen your captivity.
Everybody seen our captivity. Because they are our neighbors. They are Shemitic people. Many of them are Shemitic people. Let's see our captivity. You understand? The other nation see our captivity, bro. Read.
So shall they see shortly your salvation from our God.
You hear that, bro? It's shortly, bro. But we have it like the next 100 years or 400 more years. No, brother. No. The Most High said, shortly, you're going to see our salvation. Because according to the scripture, it said, in one day, 3,000 souls, correct?
Right,
You understand?
that's right.
We don't have the place to put 3,000 souls yet. You understand? For real, that's why the Most High make sure you brothers, you sisters get yourself organized for when that 3,000 soul wake up, you're ready. You understand?
Right.
To get them organized. Come on, read.
Which shall come upon you with great glory.
What?
Which shall come upon you with great glory.
So everybody understand what is our glory. Our glory is Psalm 149. That's our glory. We're going to have sword in our hand to execute vengeance upon the other nation. That's all God said, bro. That's going to be our glory, bro. That's going to be our glory. We're going to laugh. We ain't going to have no job tomorrow, man. Like how you can't say you have to go tomorrow. Huh? We ain't, bro. We only going to laugh and
You're going to be at work in ATL tomorrow, and I'm going to be at work in Houston tomorrow.
You see what I'm saying, bro? These are the things, bro. What we ain't gonna have no problem, bro. Talking about no jobs.
Right.
We have to pay no bills for the sister. The sister gonna look at us and say, no, I only want to call by your name, son. The only thing she's gonna tell you, you only want to call by your name. We're gonna live so happy, bro. We're gonna live so happy. You can't believe because you can't even put your mind towards our happy.
That's right.
You understand? That's all we're gonna be, bro. No jobs tomorrow morning. You don't have to hear. You have to set your clock. Say, okay, I'm gonna late for my job. You understand? These are the things, bro. Come on, read.
And the brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is to come upon you from God.
The Most High said, suffer patiently the wrath. You see all these things were coming up, bro. The Most High said, suffer patiently. But you see, Cap, as these brothers get judged, you see what they do? They run back to master. Every one of them will go back out in this. They go back to master, bro. Every one of them, bro.
Yeah, that's the same spirit we read Isaiah 30.
Yeah.
Egypt. We run back to master, right?
Trust in Egypt, bro. They love the cell phone. They love the TV. Understand?
It's easier to clock in.
Cap, for real. That's what I said. Many of our people, bro. Go you see the bishop go down to Sierra Leone and you see how they have those pit toilets. How our people cannot go through that for one day. For real, bro. Our people cannot go through that for one day. You have to hold a shower outside. You brothers, although the time is so hot, you brothers, when you go in the shower, you still turn on the hot water. You still turn on the hot water. Those people don't know nothing about hot water, bro.
Right.
Look here, all the time is cold, bro. They have to go to the shower in the same water right there.
Oh,
and they get used to it. Their body used to it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
For thine enemy hath persecuted thee.
For who?
For thine enemy hath persecuted thee.
One of us talking, oh, look what the white man doing us, bro. We forget. Those are our enemy, bro. Those are our enemy, bro. Gonna persecute you in any style they want to persecute it. You know, bro. You understand? And we come like we can't have to see. We still running to them for help. I'm lying? Bro, we running to them for help. You understand? If somebody knock our door and we look to the people and we don't see who, what we do? We call 911.
Right.
You understand? These are the things, bro. We can't even police ourselves.
All praises.
You understand? Come on.
But shortly.
What?
But shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
But God said, shortly you're gonna see these nations rise up, bro. Because remember, the Most High said, according to the Arabs, there are 12 brothers and they're gonna remember their nature, bro.
Right.
The Most High said, shortly, bro. You think you can just dropping bombs in the Middle East and killing these young kids and they crying like that? No, bro. The Most High said they're gonna remember their nature.
That's right.
And they're gonna rise up suddenly and bite him. That's written right here, bro. They're written right in the Bible. The Bible said they're gonna rise up suddenly and bite him. It's not said use their teeth and bite him. They're gonna bring forth war in this country, bro. You understand? That's
Done
why
with
when
the
eh,
we gotta kind of wrap up.
yeah, just give me more. That's why when you go to New York and you go into the subway, all the Bulldog store, who's in those stores? The Arabs, brother.
Right.
All the gas station in New York, the Arabs
Arab,
control all those gas
Elon.
stations. Just look for yourself, bro. Yes, sir.
That's right.
All
That's
right.
right.
Thank you for your time, sir. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All praise to the Most High. I pray y'all got some wisdom from this class and understanding, and Lord willing, y'all, y'all start keeping these commandments, man. Because at the end of the day, if you don't, you gonna be on the other side of the shoe. Okay. The destruction, the salvation that the captain just brought out in Baruch, you're not gonna see that. Okay. So Lord willing, y'all got something from the class. Remember to rate, like, comment on our videos, share with your friends and family. Remember, go to the podcast, rate, like, and comment on there as well. Remember original royalty. Go on there and buy the things that's on there. Your music, we got jamming music on there, fringes, border blue, apocrypha, so on and so forth. All those things go back to help Israel. All right. As well as the Booster Club. Support the Booster Club, all right? As the captains mentioned, the bishop, the officers, the captains, they're over there in Sierra Leone, preaching the word to the four corners of the earth, then the end shall come. So support, all right? And that's pretty much it, Israel. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Stay tuned for the Raven and Wolves, right? And keep learning, all right?
All right, with that, we say shalom.
That's right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Most High
Shalom,
Christ bless
Israel.
y'all.
Most High Christ bless.
We are gods, we are kings, we march in faith, cause we believe we can change the world to what it needs, stand against our enemies, cause we can. Yeah, can't nothing ever stop us. Take one and another will rise up. We'll endure until we reach the end. We are gods, we are kings, demanding change, cause we believe we can.